So I had anticipated that either inflation or market crashes or heavy declines would be what might make the administration change or ramp up pressure from Congress. But the job losses, saw some announcements in Iowa yesterday, saw some announcement in Michigan. It seems to me the job losses are the opposite of putting points on the board. So Dan, is it possible that more announcements of major layoffs that companies attribute to the tariff uncertainty could be what the pressure point is for there to be some sort of change?
I think it's both. I think job losses they are headline inducing. They dramatically impact communities on so many levels. But I would not discount inflation. As a Democrat who was on the other end of this the last 4 years, I can tell you when prices go up, it really materially impacts a family with major implications. So I think either, look, the price of eggs spooked everybody, and that was just eggs. If the price of clothing and cars and back to school supplies and your summer vacation just go on and on and on, start going up 15, 20, 30% in the next month. Either one of those two, I think, starts causing the ship to take on water and people will start to break.
Well, and that's exactly the point, right? So inflation, to me is I've said this over and over again. It's not a government statistic; it's a gut feeling, and so here's where the administration has some runway on this. If you go down the street, I mentioned this last week. Throughout Alexandria right now, a gallon of gas is between 280 and 295, 305 at the corner place that's trying to rip everyone off. But so like that's a discernible difference, right? So you fill up your car maybe once a week or whatever. So you see that supermarket eggs are down, a lot of those things and those are going to be tariff free because fresh fruits and a lot of those things are either American made or exempt, or in the case of some of the fruits that come in from Mexico, they fall under USMCA. So I say that because for a lot of Americans, for the next week or two, you're going to walk in a supermarket. Okay, not that bad. Clothing, again, and cars, stuff that's on the lot, stuff that's in the store, immediately it's not going to be impacted, right? But it's going to be 60 days when that next shipment to Target from the stuff from Vietnam or Malaysia suddenly gets whacked with the tariff. But it's going to take 60 or 30 or 60 days before you as a consumer, I think, really start seeing it. And the reason I say that is this is where putting points on the board is going to matter for the administration. If they can show it's working, I think they buy themselves some good time.
That's precisely my point. They're not going to see the inflation for 30 or 60 days. The job losses have already started. And if companies keep laying people off, those are big headlines that members of Congress can't ignore.
But don't discount that Target will start to say, because they have to tell their shareholders of any material movement in supply or anything, we are going to be raising our prices 30%. Nike. I mean, I buy your iPhone this weekend because that may be in very short order 40% more. Right. And they have to disclose it.